What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Tony Hawk's Project 8 for the PS3/Xbox 360. Today, you guessed it, we're doing more sick goals, and I don't know which ones we're doing, but it looks like we're going to be doing some of the little competition ones where we have to keep the crowd stoked. And I expressed my distaste in these because you kind of have to balance between three places, but I guess that's part of the challenge, so I'm not gonna discredit it immediately. I think I already did, but I'm going to take it back. I'm going to do a takesies backsies, and it's not too bad. It's just that the sick line is just too small. You know, you really gotta. As soon as you see it go to sick, you gotta land. You gotta land, because pro is a little too easy. I don't know how you'd ever get amateur on this, truthfully. So long as you keep skating back and forth, I think you could easily get pro. But yeah, I don't know if I've said this before. I'm sure I said this when I actually got it, but that Pro Skater 4 deck is way too sick. I would love to have that, an actual physical deck of that, because that would be a centerpiece to see. I would love that. I wonder if I can have that made on like those custom deck sites. I don't know. I think I should look into it because it would be cool. Now this one, I want to express my distaste because this one sucks. This one actually does suck. The location of the crowds is so dumb. And I think the only one that's dumb is that one, the red one. It's so bad. There's nothing to skate there. Like, the only thing you do when you go by, you can like pop an ollie and whatnot, but there's barely anything. Over here you got the ramps and you can do specials on, but you get over here, it's like, I guess I could ollie over the hump. I don't know. Really bad placement. I really didn't like this one. It's between two levels, so sometimes it lags. This one took me, I think, a couple tries to do, truthfully. But yeah, while I'm thinking about it as well, I wanted to thank you guys for the support on these episodes. My THPS videos have been hitting 100 plus views each video, which is insane because I don't know, it's just weird. It's weird that my videos still interest a lot of people. You know, I'm nearing 4,000 subscribers, which is also pretty insane. So thank you all. Just wanted to thank you all for that. That's really cool that you guys support me. I love these. These are my favorites. I am shocked that I haven't done these earlier, but these get there challenges are actually really sick. And someone correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think I am. But again, correct me if I'm wrong. I think these actually derive from the THPS online community, because on the old community sites back when PS2 online days, they had get there challenges that they would show, you know, they tell you to get somewhere and you have to do, it's pretty much exactly this whole synopsis where you have to get there in a combo or without touching the ground, something like that. I remember seeing a lot of these old community sites that some of the THPSX veterans and old community members have shown me through archives and stuff, and it's crazy. There were a ton of these challenges, and I think on THPS videos there's a huge compilation of like 100 get there challenges. They might be called GTs. So if you ever see GT on the site, or not the site, the THPS videos, those are get there challenges, which are really cool to watch. And the cool thing about bringing them into this game is that the world is so big, so the get there challenges kind of seem more challenging and can be more creative in a sense. Before, you know, if you were just doing it in Manhattan, you'd go from, you know, the banks to, you know, maybe one of the scaffoldings, something like that. It's just a cool challenge, and I recommend you guys looking those up because they're a piece of history. It's really neat seeing those challenges that the online community would make. And I hope I'm not wrong in thinking that they took it from the community and put it into the official game. I know that Neversoft knew about those communities, obviously, so it wouldn't be insane to think of. Just saying. And maybe they thought this would be the perfect time since the world is so big where the challenges would be cool. And you'll see shortly that these Get There challenges actually play a pretty big role in this game. Although there's not like a central storyline to this game, I think that, you know, it's a big part of whatever story is in here. I guess there is kind of a story in this game. You have to be ranked #1, right? But you don't really... You never feel like you're progressing in a story. You just feel like you're doing goals, which I kind of like. I think Proving Ground kind of took the story a little too seriously. Speaking of Proving Ground, I started recording the PS2 version of it, and I gave up shortly after starting it because that game is so difficult, man. It'll be certainly a challenge, and I think it's a great game to go out on. Let alone the PS2 version. The 360 version will probably be even harder. I'll probably be doing the PS3 version of that as well because of the DualShock controller. So, sorry if anyone wanted to see the 360 version in particular. I mean, it's the same thing, except one has a Guitar Hero 3 demo. I skipped some of the dialogue here. I'm sorry, but we've already done these goals. Really, these are just getting the sick goals. So these competitions are actually pretty difficult. The ones that are in the half pipe anyway, because when you revert, just like in other Tony Hawk games, it gradually decreases your speed to the point where it actually stops you. So you kind of have to throw all these big air tricks within the first couple reverts, and you kind of can't transition out of the revert. Like if you were in the air and you got off your board and grinded, you can't do that here because you're caged into a half pipe, which is kind of restricting you to use the reverts. So I used the nail the trick kind of thing here to build a good not only multiplier but base score to go off of. So those nail the tricks are really great for doing that, and I even incorporated some lips, which I don't typically do, but when you are bound to right here, and I obviously kept in some bails here. I can't believe I did that, but it's part of the challenge. So it's good to know that you'll have to use some stuff you probably aren't used to. And I don't think I had any special inverts, which in hindsight, you know, that sounds probably smart to do. So if you're going for this challenge and you need to do it, I would recommend applying some special inverts to build up the base score and get a higher score. If you're looking for sick, I mean, even if you're looking for pro, my scores can differ from yours. It's totally fine. A 2.2 million score in a half pipe seems insane, and I'm just noticing this. I shit you not, I'm just noticing this. They took out the cage and they added the wires up top that you could probably grind around. I cannot believe I did not notice that when I was doing it. Little disappointed in myself because I probably could have made it easier. So note to anyone who's also trying this challenge, use those grinds up there, because don't be an idiot like me. I don't know what I'm doing over here, but I have a coffee with me today. Coffee that I did not make. In Maine, there's a coffee chain called Aroma Joe's, and think of it as a, we'll think of it as a tier system. So we're going to start with the lower tier. Lower tier would be Dunkin' Donuts. So you got your basic coffee, you know, it's got pastries, you know, donuts, stuff like that. Coffee, some specialty stuff. Then you got the next tier. We'll say Tim Hortons. I think Tim Hortons is better than Dunkin', truthfully. Has much richer coffee and has pastries and all that stuff. A lot better than Dunkin', I'll tell you that. Right now we only have like a couple in Maine. Then tier 3 would be Aroma Joe's. Aroma Joe's is just a coffee place, has specialty stuff, pastries, bagels, stuff like that. But the coffee is really, really good. It's like incredibly good. But then next tier would be Starbucks. Starbucks is just really bold and really powerful coffee. Think what you will of Starbucks, their coffee is pretty good. I mean, if you like bold coffee. But Aroma Joe's is really, it's top tier. So if you're ever in Maine, I'd recommend you go, if you want fast coffee and you don't really want to go to those fancy coffee spots like the organic ones, I couldn't recommend Aroma Joe's enough. I think they have some in New Hampshire too. This is not sponsored by Aroma Joe's. I'm just drinking it right now. Personally, I'm drinking like an Irish cream coffee, no alcohol involved, no Baileys. I wish it was. I haven't drank Baileys for like a year now, but it's good. It's really sweet, and I really like it. But I could talk about coffee for a long time. I like brewing coffee, and I like talking about it. So figured that would offer some conversation while we're watching me do this. And I want to bring up again that I really hate the animations for some of these special tricks. That varial McTwist, I think I said I liked it last episode. I don't remember if I did or not. I'm so indifferent about it. It just doesn't look cool. It just looks kind of... doesn't look realistic. For all the stuff that this game has for realism, it doesn't look realistic. Anyway. It's currently Sunday, the day before Memorial Day. I've uploaded 2 videos last week. I think it was 17 and 18, or 18 and 19. No, 17 and 18. I see that I rendered those 2 out. I got some free time today. I have tomorrow off as well. I don't usually have Mondays off, so it's cool to have an actual holiday off, because working at a bank or a financial institution, we're not really a bank, you don't get many days off. So anyone who works at a bank knows what I'm talking about. Well, I mean, if you work at a bank, you probably have more PTO. Since we're a financial institution, it's handled differently from place to place. Here's a good competition. I honestly, truthfully, I don't know how I didn't get sick on this. Like, this is one of the easiest, like, competitions ever. And no disrespect to those struggling with it. I did as well, apparently. Maybe it's because I had low stats. It was an early on challenge. So, who knows? But this is such an easy competition because it has everything. It has all these ramps. It has all the grinds you could imagine. And it has like wall plants and everything, so you don't have to rely on reverting. I don't know how I messed this up. I don't know. But cool stuff. My agenda for today, just for like upcoming videos that you might see, if you're subscribed to THPS X on YouTube, which I totally recommend doing if you not only want older videos, but if you want tutorials as well. I'm recording some new tutorials for Mac and Linux because they use the same kind of file structure for the Thug Pro install. I'm going to be doing a video on how to install custom levels and custom soundtracks, because I did touch base on custom levels in the tutorial, but the tutorial is a pretty long video, so I don't really know. I think if I just kind of throw in a smaller video showing like, here's a quick video how to do it, it'll be easier for people to be like, okay, well, I have it installed. I don't really want to go through that whole video again. And I didn't do anything on custom soundtrack, so same kind of deal though. Same kind of deal. I do need to do a Windows installation guide. A lot of people think it's easy to install on Windows, but honestly, there are so many variables when installing on Windows that it can be difficult for anybody. It's not going to be, your install won't be the same as someone else's install. Maybe they just freshly installed Windows. Maybe they just, opened Windows for the first time in a couple of years. They're running Windows 7 or an older version of Windows 10, something like that. It varies from everybody. And I know that one tutorial won't be able to cover everything, but it will at least provide kind of a hub for troubleshooting. which I also need to make on Reddit. I need to post something on Reddit for that. So that is it for this video. Thank you all for listening to me ramble. I think I was pretty on topic today. Criticize me in the comments if you will. Look at that, 100%. Boom. I'll see you guys in part 22 of this video. Have an amazing day. And yeah, catch you in the next one. See you.